Okay, everybody, I was looking through some of the results that you guys have been working on in Khan Academy, and I noticed one of my hardest working students, I won't mention her name, but she knows who she is, she was struggling or did not do Pythagorean theorem yet. And I'm like going, I know she knows Pythagorean theorem, so I figured I'd help you guys as well as her get going on this. So guys, remember, you can jump around a little bit on Khan Academy. I'm learning about Khan Academy myself. And I think one thing I'm going to start changing over the next couple weeks that you guys like, I'll just post individual assignments and videos for you guys to watch now, instead of just giving you a blanket set of video and assignments. Okay? And so it'll be more specific, more driven. Both IM2 and IM3, keep in mind, I'm trying to cover as much of your required material I can between now and the end of the school year. And it is going to change up over the next couple weeks, you're going to find out. All right? But anyways, enough talk. So here we go. How to do Pythagorean theorem. Everyone knows Pythagorean theorem. See, here's where I found it right here. I noticed it was blank, and I said, you know what? Why is that blank, right? We got to fix that. So a bunch of you, I want you to do Pythagorean theorem for me today. All right? You can skip around, guys. Skip around. I'm going to see everything you do. Whatever you skip, I'm going to see. No big deal. I'm focused on, obviously, the practice assignments, more so than any videos, and so on. But enough talk. Let's get going, because this won't take long. It won't take long at all. Here we go. So notice I have a right triangle here, guys. See the right angle right there? Now remember, the hypotenuse is always opposite of the right angle. Okay? Another way to think about it is your shorter legs, as we call them. The legs are your AB sides. They always make the right angle. So, we all should know A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I'm going to call 5A, 8B, X must be your C. The C is always your hypotenuse. So, in this case, I'm going to do 5 squared. A was 5, remember. I'm going to do 8 squared. B was 8. So there's my new equation. 5 squared plus 8 squared equals C squared. Let's do our math. 5 squared is 25. 8 squared is 64. That still equals C squared. Let's add those numbers together. That's 89 equals C squared. Now remember, we want C, not C squared, so we take the square root of C squared. So C is going to be the square root of 89. And if you look at our choices, in this case, it would be choice D. You could take your calculator, do the square root of 89, and make it a decimal, but that's not what they asked. Look at your choices, guys. They left it as square root, so you picked the square root answer. Okay, let's do another one. Notice here, again, the hypotenuse opposite the 90 is X again. I'm going to call 9 my A, 12 my B. Now, by the way, if you don't know, it doesn't matter which one you call A or B, but the C must be your hypotenuse. Okay? So here I go. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. X being C. 9 squared is 81. 12 squared, 144. Again, that equals X squared. Let's add these together. Let's see here. 1 and 4 is 5. 12. 225 equals X squared. So to find C or X, I'm going to do the square root. So X is the square root of 225. Now notice, guys, the answer's not over here. Why? Because what is the square root of 225? Put it in your calculator. The square root of 225 is 15. Okay, let's do at least one or two more here. This one's going to be a little different. Some of you guys think you always square and add them together, but check this one out. Notice this time, guys, here's my right angle. 9 is opposite of it. That's my C. So this time I know my hypotenuse. I'm missing one of the legs. Now I'm going to call X my A. And 8 here is my B. Does it matter which one I call A or B? No. Make sure the C is, in this case, 9, the hypotenuse. So here we go. I know that if I take A squared plus B squared, that equals C squared. X squared plus 64 equals 81. 9 squared is 81, right? Notice this time I have to minus 64 so that I can get x squared. So x squared is going to equal, 64 cancels out there, 17. So once I take the square root of x squared to get x, my answer is the square root of 17, which is right there, answer B. All right, I think I have one more here for you. Notice the 13 is my C, guys. See how it's opposite the 90. X I'm going to call A, 12 I'm going to call B. So, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. X squared plus 144 equals 169. Guys, seriously, if you really need to use a calculator, please use it to do the squares. All right, notice I'm going to minus 144 both sides. 144 is gone there. X squared must equal, in this case, see, 9 minus 4 is 5. 16 minus 14 is 2. 25. So when I do the square root of x squared so that I can get x, my answer is square root 25, which is 5. Okay, guys, so notice sometimes with the Pythagorean theorem, you're going to square the numbers always, but when you know the hypotenuse, you're going to end up subtracting, okay? And this is probably the more easier favorite one. When the hypotenuse is missing, once you square them, you add them together. And please don't forget to do the square root of that resulting answer, okay? And that basically is how you do Pythagorean theorem. 100% of you should be very good at Pythagorean theorem, guys. And all it takes is some practice. See you around.